You're listening to Arkansas Public Theater's production of Amanda Kill, Episode 1, written and directed by Barry Cobbs.
Sylvan? 3 a.m.? I don't like 3 o'clock, and I don't like you right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blondine. Work. We got a tip. Had to move fast, so I couldn't call. Don't get out of bed. I brought you something.
A fur coat? Fresh from the cleaners, too.
Blondine Augustine is getting a gift, and she deserves it. Blondine spent the evening cooking a nice dinner for two that now sits uneaten in the refrigerator. Then, alone, she watched Hugh Grant for 20 minutes before throwing her laptop out the window. Then she went to bed. Blondine is a young detective for the Dunbarton Police Department, and she is mad at someone who frequently intrudes in her life and her bedroom. Sylvan Honeywell, or Sheriff Honeywell as Sylvan is known to her close friends. Sheriff Honeywell commands the Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Department.
You look great in it.
I look great in everything. It's okay, Sylvan. I'll make you some breakfast. I drank all the wine, though.
Think of a name. Someone's name. It's a collection of letters that makes you smile, or grind your teeth, or go or not go to a party. A name isn't words. A real name is a feeling, a smell, a pose, a sound, a movement. When I say Carly Selfridge, I know what you're thinking. Linoleum, your best clothes, and the smell of solvent. Carly is in the lobby of a dry cleaning shop. She's lying on her back, her eyes fixed on the ceiling. Crouched next to Carly are Peculiar Humphreys, detective, Dunbarton Police Department, and Hillel Bean, medical examiner for Dinwiddie County. Peculiar has been busy making a positive identification of the body.
Carly Selfridge. Owner, Carl Selfridge Consulting and Dry Cleaning. Single shot to the head at close range.
The evidence supports that, Peculiar. Tattooing of the skin from powder burns, symmetrical entrance wound through the skin and frontal bone. Looking inside the wound, the projectile then traveled. Oh boy, what a mess. Let's hope she's dead or she'll have a mighty big headache. And trouble thinking and speaking. Anywho, the projectile then traveled in a deflected trajectory through the cerebrum and exited explosively via the external occipital protuberance.
Blunt force trauma.
That's James F.A. McGaugh, Dinwiddie County District Attorney. James is always first at the crime scene and usually has the crime scene solved before the police arrive.
James, you do the trial. We'll do the forensics. Observe. Entrance wound on victim. Bullet casing found beside victim. Casing matches caliber of wound. Note powder burns on skin. Fired from close range.
Peculiar, you find the evidence, I'll build the case. For instance, if she was shot, a bullet had blown out the back of her head. Where's the blood?
You're crouching in it.
So where's the spent bullet?
That's Padma Handshoot, the assistant district attorney, taking a crouch beside James. Padma is in her late 20s, recently divorced, college educated, and has refined taste in everything from food to fashion.
My people are looking for the bullet now, Padma. Hey, Blondine, Lim, have you, found the projectile?
Nothing in here. We've also checked her car, the parking lot, and a room downstairs with a man who begged us not to untie him.
I have my doubts, Peculiar.
That's Deputy Sheriff Lim Tuckerman. Today is Interdepartmental Cooperation Day, and Lim is lending a hand with the Dunbarton Police investigation.
As soon as I saw the small circular entry wound, the explosive exit wound, and the catastrophic damage in between, I said to myself, that's not from a bullet.
So, Peculiar. No bullet. No bullet, no case. I can't prosecute based on your unfounded speculations. Bring me solid evidence and I might be persuaded. Until then, this case screams blunt force trauma. We'll walk you through it. Padma will be Carly and I'll be the perpetrator.
The perpetrator walks in. Perp and Carly know each other. Carly steps from behind the counter to talk to Perp.
At some point, the discussion gets heated. Perp grabs Carly's arm and then punches Carly in the forehead.
A punch to the forehead. Is Padma okay?
She'll be fine.
That doesn't explain the perforating wound.
A punch doesn't explain it, Hillel, because Perp was wearing a ring.
A big, heavy ring, like a high school class ring or a Russian oligarch's.
Or a secret society's.
Exactly. And when that big, heavy secret society ring connected with Carly's forehead,
it had such a force that it made a symmetrical wound in Charlie's frontal bone, sent bone shards through her brain, and sent the whole mess exploding out the back of her head.
She was dead within hours.
The evidence supports that, especially if the powder burns were on Carly's forehead prior to the altercation.
So this bullet casing just happened to be on the floor with no connection to the murder.
Right. It's duck season. A guy brings by his camo for dry cleaning. His duck pistol accidentally discharges while he's waiting. The casing is ejected on the floor. No harm, no foul.
Okay. So where's the secret society ring?
It's a secret.
We'll never know, and they'll never tell us.
I do have a blind spot for the Illuminati and Freemasons. All right. You've convinced me, James. Carly was killed by a punch to the forehead.
Oh, hang on. Let me check Carly's vitals just to make sure. Yes, Carly is dead. This is the 17th unanticipated homicide this month in Dinwiddie County.
We're in the middle of a meeting at the Dinwiddie County Quorum Court. The justices of the peace are energetically debating a motion on the floor.
Aren't you just Miss Smart?
Stop
shoving your pie charts in my
Get
face.
on with the meeting. I have things to do tonight.
My panties are in a wad.
Then stop wearing them. I did.
That's why my husband left me.
He's my husband now.
Oh, come on.
Order. Order. I'm tabling your motion on panties until next month. And let me remind everyone again that we are the Quorum Court of Dinwiddie County. When you enter this chamber, your fetishes are left at the door. Next item of new business is the Sheriff's Department budget for the upcoming fiscal year. Sheriff Honeywell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the humble woman who sits before you is the bearer of a tale of woe so horrific that it can only end badly. Unless you answer the call of the righteous and follow my instructions explicitly. 17 unanticipated homicides this month alone. What force is behind them? What evil is afoot? Dusk takes a final breath before surrendering to the night. The lamps are going out all over Dinwiddie County. We shall not see them lit again in our lifetime. We are on the cusp of war. There will be hard battles fought by hard people. I know I'm hard. My question to the quorum court is, are you hard? Hard enough to give your unquestioning support to an 85% budget increase. The Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Department is the thin brown line that stands between highest crime rate in the nation and way highest.
Oh my gosh, he's
85%.
I can't believe she's asking so much.
Death by secret society ring.
I don't feel safe.
Even I didn't expect that, and I'm slightly omniscient. But I'm also trying to connect the dots. A fur coat for Blondine. Carly Selfridge is dead for a total of 17 murders this month. A killer who wears their secret society ring to work. An 85% budget increase that lacks bipartisan support in the most crime-ridden county in the U.S. Now I see why there's an episode 2.
Thank you for listening to Amanda Kill, Episode 1, written and directed by Barry Cobbs. Featuring Amber Brown as Hillel Bean, Amy Eversole as Peculiar Humphreys, Andria Lickfelt as Blondine Augustine, Jamey McGaugh as District Attorney James F.A. McGaugh, Joseph K. Farmer as Lem Tuckerman and Justice of the Peace, Man, Julia Salatti as Justice of the Peace, Number 3, Julia Spears as narrator, Laura Marie as Sheriff Sylvan Honeywell, NaTosha DeVon as Padma Hanshoot and County Judge, and Rebecca Longtin as Justice of the Peace, Number 4. Artwork created by Paige Meredith, music by Lamont Coleman, and sound design by Technical Director Matt Etris. This has been an Arkansas Public Theater production. APT is a nonprofit organization that relies on patrons like you. If you enjoyed this production and would like to contribute, please visit arkansaspublictheater.org for more information.